Stephen Colbert has been a constant critic of Donald Trump, offering scathing critiques of the president's behavior on a regular basis. During a monologue on The Late Show, the host joked about the ongoing Robert Mueller investigation and implying Trump could be locked up. "Well, it feels like Christmas is here," Colbert said. Courtesy of Robert Mueller coming down the White House chimney with a sack full of subpoenas. "Mr. President, I got you a gift, too. I just hope they're not too big on you." He then brought out a pair of tiny handcuffs, to which the studio audience cheered. Mr. Manafort is a Republican strategist and former Trump campaign manager. He resigned from that post over questions about his extensive lobbying overseas, including in Ukraine where he represented pro-Russian interests. Mr. Manafort turned himself in at FBI headquarters to Special Counsel Robert Mueller's team on October 30, 2017, after he was indicted under seal on charges that include conspiracy against the United States, conspiracy to launder money, unregistered agent of a foreign principal, false and misleading U.S. Foreign Agents Registration Act statements, false statements, and 7 counts of failure to file reports of foreign bank and financial accounts. Getty. Mr. Gates joined the Trump team in spring 2016, and served as a top aide until he left to work at the Republican National Committee after the departure of former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort. Mr. Gates had previously worked on several presidential campaigns, on international political campaigns in Europe and Africa, and had 15 years of political or financial experience with multinational firms, according to his bio. Mr. Gates was indicted alongside Mr. Manafort by Special Counsel Robert Mueller's team on charges that include conspiracy against the United States, conspiracy to launder money, unregistered agent of a foreign principal, false and misleading U.S. Foreign Agents Registration Act statements, false statements, and 7 counts of failure to file reports of foreign bank and financial accounts. AP. George Papadopoulos was a former foreign policy advisor for the Trump campaign, having joined around March 2016. Mr. Papadopoulos pleaded guilty to federal charges for lying to the FBI as a part of a cooperation agreement with Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. Mr. Papadopoulos claimed in an interview with the FBI that he had made contacts with Russian sources before joining the Trump campaign, but he actually began working with them after joining the team. Mr. Papadopoulos allegedly took a meeting with a professor in London who reportedly told him that Russians had dirt on Hillary Clinton. The professor also allegedly introduced Mr. Papadopoulos to a Russian who was said to have close ties to officials at the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Mr. Papadopoulos also allegedly was in contact with a woman whom he incorrectly described in one email to others in the campaign as the niece to Russian President Vladimir Putin. Twitter. The president's eldest son met with a Russian lawyer, Natalia Veselitskaya, on June 9, 2016 at Trump Tower in New York. He said in an initial statement that the meeting was about Russia halting adoptions of its children by U.S. citizens.